Peter Parker became Spider-Man when he was bitten by a genetically enhanced spider. Origin stories tell us how things began. Netflix began as a DVD rental company, but switched over to streaming to beat Blockbuster. Origin stories provide context. Harry Potter's father was also a wizard, and he was killed by Voldemort. J.K. Rowling was a single mum who wrote the Harry Potter series in a cafe in Edinburgh. Origin stories inspire us. We see how big things grew out of humble beginnings. Apple started in Steve Jobs' garage. And because origin stories are unique, they help us stand out and be memorable. Ben & Jerry started their ice cream empire through an ice cream correspondence course.
Wow!
If we're going to do business with you or join your tribe, then we want to know who you are. Google founders Sergey Brin and Larry Page started their search engine in their dorm room at Stanford. Legend has it, the name of the business was meant to be Google, which means one with 100 zeros after it. But it was misspelt on their application form.
Wow.
Tell your origin story to create trust and build rapport. Microsoft was started by Bill Gates. He's famous for dropping out of Harvard. But during his high school years, he spent 20 to 30 hours a week programming computers.
Wow.
He was probably one of the few people who didn't need to go to college.
Wow.
Here's a simple 3-part strategy for you to create your origin story. During the 2004 Super Bowl halftime entertainment, Janet Jackson had a wardrobe malfunction. And YouTube founders couldn't find the footage easily online, so they decided to create an online platform for sharing video. What's the problem you were facing? What's the specific moment or event that triggered you into action? And what did you do about it? Now that you have your 3 parts, you need to put them all together. You need a long version of your origin story, so write out your story in full. I was looking for a new business name. For me, the term thought leader had a mixed reputation, and the term content creator was simply too broad. I needed something else. And the key to a great story is to be really specific. When was it? Where was it? Who was there? What did you see, feel, and hear? I was watching the 2023 World Championships of Swimming on TV, and Australia's Kaylee McEwen had just won the 100-metre backstroke. And one of the commentators said something interesting. She's a world champion in the pool for what she does out of the pool. You might even add, why was this a turning point for you? That inspired the name Content Champions. It sounded good, and it was something that we'd want to aspire to. Then I looked up the dictionary definition of the word champion. There were 3 parts to the definition. A champion is someone who has elite skills and they produce elite results. But the best bit was the 3rd part of the definition. A champion is someone who promotes or defends a cause. That was perfect for me because that's what I felt a lot of content creation was missing. Now I knew I had something wonderful. Once you've written your long version, then you want to create a short version. See if you can describe your origin story in 1 to 2 sentences.
I've only been doing this for 6 years. It came as a challenge from my wife, who, whilst we were in New York and we were living in the UK, said, how about you write your first novel?
Now that you have your origin story, what are you going to do with it? The obvious thing is to share it with other people. Tell your story. Put it on your packaging, on your website, in your presentations, share it at networking events, anywhere you're talking about your business. Share your origin story in the comments down below. Tell us what happened. What was the event or moment that transformed you and your business? Next, you might want to check out this playlist. It's got heaps of videos on how you can become a content champion.